Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick walkthrough for you to show you the things that I keep with me on a daily basis. Okay, in terms of Mary Kay and my business and my planning and all that kind of stuff, my personal life and my business life. So I used to actually use a binder and a planner, but I found it was just too much to be carrying around. So I actually converted myself back to the Happy Planner. Now this is the full-size Happy Planner, but again, no obligation to do so. If you have a planner that you love, stick with it, and then just grab yourself a binder, and anything that I'm going to show you will fit into a binder because it's a standard sheet of paper. Okay, so first thing that I always have and that I keep in view is this Creating 2020 sheet. So you guys, we did this at one of our very first meetings for the year, and it just kind of tells you what your goals are for the year, what your new year pledge is, and it helps you just keep everything in sight. So I actually have a color coding system that I use in my planner. Yeah, I know, laugh at me. So orange are things that have to get done or necessities, routines. Blue are personal appointments, so it could be hair, nails, doctor, something for BJ, whatever. Yellow is family time or date nights. Green is when I'm available for Mary Kay. So I don't necessarily fill that one out. I'm not as diligent with that one in like on a weekly basis, but on a generic basis, I'm a bit more diligent with that one. So pink are scheduled Mary Kay events. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what it looks like. So again, keep in mind this is like a planner. So these are just monthly views or yearly views. I don't need to bore you guys with that stuff. So this is what my actual planner looks like. Okay, so you'll notice that everything is color coded, but that's how I roll. Of course, a lot of this is going to change because, of course, we're pretty much on a shutdown. So, but that is how I track everything. I do keep everything like appointment-wise or bigger type events on a high level on the front in like a monthly view. Okay, and then I'll get into my weekly view. So this is like my generic week and what it would look like. Okay, assuming that, of course, the world was perfect again. So this sheet that's on here up top, okay, this is actually a sheet that you can find on our Google Drive, and it's called an effective week or an efficient week. I'm not 100% sure, but it's under organization. Okay, and of course, that's just my record again of how I color code things. And so in this weekly plan, this is like my generic week. Okay, so what I ideally would do and when my class slots would be and all that kind of stuff. Okay, and then of course my week, you just get into different specific things. Okay, so of course I haven't done anything for these 2 weeks because of course here we are. So then I'll get back here to my trackers. Okay, so I have these tabs. I bought these at Staples. They're called the ARC system. That's what Staple uses instead of Happy Planner. But of course, you can use whatever you want. Again, you can just use tab dividers if you're using a binder. If this is the kind of stuff that you're going to have in your binder, probably. But I bought these because they're a bit cheaper and it's the same kind of disc system. So anyway, I have a monthly tracking tab, a weekly tracking tab, interviews, new consultants, director items, and then I have tracking leads and booked parties. Okay, so I do have other tabs there. I just don't have them filled out yet or used. We'll get there. Okay, so monthly tracking, I have my business tracking register, and I've got my monthly expense trackers, and then I've got some other like unit trackers, things that I want to do, and then our notes and brain dump. Okay, so anything that you might have that you consider to be a monthly tracking would go in there. Weekly tracking is the same kind of thing. Okay, so I've got my weekly IPA sheet, of course, that I would fill in everything. I haven't been as diligent with filling this out as I should be. Shocking, shocking. I do have like my weekly goals, so faces, interviews, team members. Of course, I usually keep all 4 weeks in here, so I'll print it off ahead of time. These are going to be a little bit scanty, of course, because seeing faces right now physically is going to be a little bit different. So until we adjust to that new process, you know, we'll work together and see what we can do. And of course, this is like your weekly breakdown for new leads, new bookings, skincare classes held. Of course, we're not going to be able to physically hold skincare classes, so we're going to do like FaceTime facials and different things like that. And I'll walk you guys through that in the coming week. Interviews, that is exactly as it sounds. If I meet with a new consultant and she's considering joining the business, this is typically what I will fill out for her. Director items, of course, I'm not going to show you. New consultants, there is a tracking sheet that we use I use kind of to track what I've done with new consultants. Okay, so then tracking leads. Of course, this is our lead tracking sheet that you guys know about. It's the working full circle sheet. I love this, so I keep those in there. And then booked parties. So this is an experiences sheet. So of course, some of us are switching to doing beauty experiences, and that's kind of what we're calling them. So what I'll do is I'll put down the hostess, the date, a date and time, of course, her info, experience type, hostess packet, guest list, blah, blah. Okay. So these two I actually went ahead and did as facials. This one, of course, has to be rescheduled because that's when all the madness started, was that weekend. So that is what is in my planner. Then, of course, there's some extra tabs back here. This is my tab for my sales slips. It's double-sided, so I'll keep ones to be filled, ones to be filed. And that is what I keep with me on a daily basis. Thanks, guys.